Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Chelsea, and today I'm going to be talking you through my 5 reading resolutions for 2025. I have actually sat and thought about these for a little bit longer than you might think because there's only 5 of them, and I just wanted to keep them as simple as possible to make sure that I could actually achieve them. So that's what I've got. I mean, some of them are kind of a little bit steeper, but I feel like I needed to set a goal that was difficult to get to try and push me to do it. So my very first reading resolution is that I'm going to complete 5 series. I don't know if this is going to be possible. I hope so, but I did set the goal of completing 6 in 2024, and I haven't managed to complete it as of me filming this right now. Might I finish 3 more series before the end of the year? Potentially, but we're not holding out a lot of hope. So I'm just going to make it 5 series that I can finish, and there are quite a few that I've only got 1 or maybe 2 books left to read. So it is possible, and I feel like next year a lot of the series that I'm partway through are also completing. Stephen Orion's The Nightingale and the Falcon series is a good point for that. It's a trilogy and the 3rd one comes out next year, so I will be completing that next year, and I think that's going to be the same for some other things as well that I'm reading. So hopefully 5 series is attainable. Carrying on with the reading goal, I want to read 100 books. I set this goal in 2024, and you might be thinking, Chelsea, you didn't get anywhere near that this year, and I would say you are right. But I am trying to still push myself to read, not reading in the competitive way that I'm comparing myself to what other people are reading, but I want to set this goal because one year I am going to read 100 books, and it might be the only year I do it, but I will do it at least once, and maybe next year will be that year. I do want to put my phone down a lot more next year and concentrate on reading and just getting back into actually winding down with either my Kindle or a book at the end of the day, rather than just sitting on my phone and scrolling for hours. My screen time is ridiculous this year, but I'm not doing any resolutions regarding my screen time because I've got no idea what's gonna happen with that. So we're just gonna say I want to read more. I definitely want to try and strive to hit 100 books, and we will see what happens next year regarding that. And my 3rd goal, which is also to do with reading, is I want to complete the Sarah J Maas universe, or get as up to date as I can, because I've had the books on my shelves for the longest time. They are some of the oldest books probably on my shelves now at this point, and they've moved house with me multiple times, and I just need to finish them. If I don't like them, that's fine, I can get rid of them. However, I'm really enjoying where I am with Tog at the minute, and I think I will be able to definitely complete Throne of Glass next year, because I'm aiming to finish my tandem read this year, which means I've got 1 book left of that series. I have read the first 2 books so far that are out for the Crescent City series, so I've got 1 more to be up to date with that, and then it is just ACOTAR that I need to catch up on, and I think that is potentially possible. Now, my final 2 goals aren't actually reading involved, they are just revolving around my content and what I currently make. So I am not setting any number goals this year. I set a load of number goals at the start of 2024, and I said I want to get here with my subscriptions for YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and now Twitter has become X, and it's a strange place to be, so we now have Blue Sky, and I'm on Blue Sky, and if you want to check out any of my social medias, they are always linked down below. Feel free to check them out. I'm not massively consistent on Instagram. I'm not arty, and I feel like a lot of my photos look the same, which is fine for me. Like, I just like showing the book that I'm trying to show you guys, but all of the beautiful photos and videos that people take, it's just not really me, and I just like being on Bookstagram to kind of see what everyone else is kind of doing and reading, and I really enjoy that. And I enjoy the quick access to content in the sense of like people's stories and that as well. Regarding YouTube, I have been semi-consistent, I think. Looking back at my content calendar, there has been months where I have not posted at all. There have been weeks where I've posted 1 video or nothing, and then gaps, and then posting, and I would just like to say a big thank you for anyone who is still here, still watching my content. I really appreciate it. Being consistent is quite tricky in the job I do, however that is not an excuse. If I wanted to, I would, and just sometimes, especially with having a reading slump this year, I don't feel like I'm consuming enough content to give you guys the content back to recommend things to you. I just don't feel like I'm in any position to do that, and when I do find a good book, I do talk about it and recommend it to you guys, but I just feel like that's had a big impact on me at the minute. Doing reading, like my TBRs, I haven't been sticking to a strict TBR because I haven't been really sitting down and reading. I haven't been filming wrap-ups because I haven't consistently been reading, and I feel like I'm constantly coming out with the same content, and I hope you guys like it, and if you do, thank you so much. But I want to look into diversifying myself a little bit next year. Whether that happens or not, I don't know, but that is an aim of mine. And I think a big thing as well for me is that I am going to treat next year as if this is my last year on BookTube. Now, I'm not saying that to be dramatic. I'm not saying like I need to make it or break it next year. That's not what I mean. I feel like by giving myself the mentality that I need to give my all next year to see what happens will then dictate how I continue to be on socials. I still love vlogging. I still love coming to you guys with sit down videos. But the idea that having next year as that, like, go for it and see what happens, I want to try and do that. Now that does mean that it might impact my content and I might only upload once a week rather than twice a week, which I don't think there's a problem with that. The algorithm is all over. I do want to stop, well, try, because it is difficult, try to stop comparing myself to where other people are sat. I have found so many cool creators and I love watching their videos and seeing what they're consuming. But they are them and I am me, and that's completely fine. That's the point. We're all different and we all read different things. I'm not too sure what that means for me. Like, I feel like a lot of this is just like, oh, I kind of have this idea but I'm not sure. But I do want to step out of my shell, and if I want to ask people to take part in videos, then I'm gonna ask. The worst thing someone can say is no, and that's completely fine. No one has to do anything. But I think having some different input, like maybe getting other people to recommend me books or something like that, so I can get out of my comfort zone, might even branch me out as a reader as well, which is kind of the aim. But yeah, it's not the end, but I might try and put myself into the mindset that it is, to see what I can come up with and still have a life and work. And I suppose my final goal or aim is to just make as much content, which is pretty much what I've just spoken about. I've kind of amalgamated the last two. Like, I'm not going to set myself numbers, but I'm going to try and make content that I am extra proud of and that I hope you guys will like too. So do stay tuned for that. Who knows, it could all go out the window come January because my job gets really busy. Who knows? But I really wish that I could just sit and do this all day every day. Unfortunately I can't. Not yet anyways. That is the thing. I'm putting that out into the universe. Right now I can't, but maybe one day I could. But yeah, keeping it short and sweet with my resolutions. I don't want to set too many because I feel like I set a lot last year personally as well, and they just haven't happened. So we're gonna just scale it back, keep with those 5 and see what happens. So that is everything for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, really supports me and my channel. Leave me a comment down below of a reading resolution that you are going to set yourself for 2025, or any resolution that you're going to set yourself in 2025. If you want to leave me an emoji, leave me any firework emoji, I think there is one. And if you want to see more of me, please consider subscribing down below and ringing that notification bell to get notified every single time I upload new videos. I have got a vlog left and my final haul of the year, so be sure to come back tomorrow for another video. I'll see you then. Bye. Christmas, all the Christmas trees on fire. Santa's holding
just happened.